Hi, I'm CJ and this is my RC channel. In this video I am unboxing the E-Flite UMX YAK 54 3D. UMX stands for Ultra Micro. These are very small airplanes, about 14 to 16 inches in wingspan. I'll get you an exact number on that. E-Flite is Horizon Hobby products. And these little airplanes fly on a very small 1S battery. These are 45C 150 milliamp battery, and it's hard to see through this packaging. I'm sure it's throwing off a lot of reflections. Let me just pull it out so you can see. That is one small battery, smaller than a AAA battery, and apparently you get fairly good flight times out of these, and it's enough to power this through some acrobatic maneuvers. So let's take a look inside the box and see what comes with this. One of the many nice features about this plane is that because it's E-Flite, they're using Spektrum radio gear. So this is going to be a bind and fly with the Spektrum radio. May not even need the knife. As I've always found with E-Flite products, the packaging is above average, and because of how fragile this airplane is, it's probably a good idea to keep the box and the packaging so that you can transport the plane. These are very thin covered foam and are probably very easily damaged, especially if it's sitting in the back of a car or something. Let's have a look in here. Okay, that I'm just going to cut with a knife. So, instruction book. This does not come with a battery, so you need to order them. I ordered a couple. And it is absolutely feather light. As you can see, it's almost as if the foam, a lot of foam planes are solid foam, solid sheet, and then the foam is painted. This is just a light framework, almost like what you'd have with a balsa build-up plane, and then that lattice of foam is then covered with a very thin sheet of plastic that has the design on it. It almost looks like saran. So you don't get the same look from one side to the other because they're only putting the covering on one side. As you can see here, this little circuit board, that is a combination of receiver, speed control, ESC, and two onboard servos. You can see the servo right there. It's the little silver drum there is a motor, and then that runs this little gear drive, which runs a worm gear, which slides that back and forth, and that is our little control rod. And you can tune the control rods back here at this little hoop. You can either tighten that in or spread that out just using a pair of needle nose pliers, and that will basically adjust, but everything, as usual with E-Flites, is probably centered up and ready to go. As you can see, there are two more servos, one here and one here, and those actuate these very large ailerons. This entire surface here is the aileron, and conceivably, since it's a pair of single servos with programming, that could be set to give a little bit of flap to increase lift. depending on the circumstance. We've got a little gear-driven prop here. So it's a little 2-gear gearbox. And parts like this that look like they are easily broken, and probably are available separately. That's another advantage of this plane over the other type of foamy that I'm going to be flying this winter, is that a lot of these components are available separately. So if you damage the aircraft, you can buy replacement parts inexpensively and easily. I remember looking at this. I think that the whole front gear drive, not including the motor, is in the realm of like $8 to $10, and the motor's like another $6 or $7. I bought an extra prop just to have a spare, just in case. But I'm figuring at looking at how light this is and how delicate, that if you damage the prop, chances are you've damaged the gearbox. Even this receiver is sold separately. This is a standard micro receiver / ESC / servos with a pair of ports for additional servos. There's another servo port right here that's unused. I actually have one of these on order. I'm going to be using that with another microplane that I'm building this winter. So that well, that's the plane. You know, nice little landing gear. It's I've heard very good things about these. I've seen some flight videos that are very impressive, so I'm looking forward to tinkering with this. As with a lot of E-Flite products that are using Spektrum receivers, they have the AS3X, and this also has safe. So it's got all the 3 different flight modes, where it's going to have total control, whether you can just give light banking. It's going to have, which is the safe mode. It's going to have the leveling, that's the auto leveling control, excuse me, and then it's going to have the one where it just tries to maintain whatever pitch you put it in. So if you put it in an upwards angle, it's going to try to stay at that flight attitude that you've given it. So I think that's about all there is to really see here. Let's take a look under the foam and see if there's anything else in here. There's nothing over here. Sometimes things are hidden underneath. Nope. Let's just see. Oh, nothing else except the instructions in here, I don't think. Might be a warranty card. No, nothing hidden in here. So, instruction book, airplane. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this back in here for now. And I will go over this in greater detail when I'm doing programming and when I do first flights. So there's our YAK 54. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click like, please subscribe, and if you've subscribed and haven't already, please click the little bell icon. That way you'll get notifications. If you have any questions, please leave me comments. If you click the bell icon, you'll get notification when I update your comments. Thanks again for watching.